Hey everyone, so today I want to make a prediction for the college football playoff for the 2024-25 season. Uh, I know it's a little bit late to do it, but I've just been busy with a lot of stuff, so uh, yeah. So haven't really had much time to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it now. So this isn't going to be like a very detailed video, so it's really only going to be a like a you're, like I'm not going to show any you know logos or anything and giving you the scores on the video or anything. So yeah, so I'm just gonna be talking about it. So this is gonna be gonna be a little bit of a boring video. So um, I apologize, but yeah, I just didn't really have the time to work on a whole video project for it. So let's just get into it. Uh, so of course today, Notre Dame is playing Indiana. Uh, Indiana did start off pretty hot in the season, but and then Notre Dame, of course, they dropped one game to Northern Illinois. But I mean, really, Notre Dame's been better. Historically, they've been a better team. Uh, they've been. I'll be honest. I think other than Northern Illinois, they played their opponents really well. Um, Indiana has two, except for Ohio State, which I don't think Ohio State is that good. But so I'm gonna go with the safe pick here, and I'm gonna take Notre Dame, just because I think they really will prove that uh, the state of Indiana really belongs to them. It's gonna be a pretty meaningful game, and also they're having to play in South Bend, so that atmosphere is gonna be insane. So I got the Irish over the Hoosiers, and I think Notre Dame will play Georgia. Uh, Next, I got SMU and Penn State. Okay, now what's interesting about this SMU team is that they have a really good offense. However, I think they're really going to struggle to Penn State, especially in their home field territory. So it's going to be very, very hard to play in like to play up in Penn State is insane. So I mean, their fans are really going to bring the atmosphere there and everything. So I mean, and it's going to be in the cold. So I really just think SMU is. I mean, they may come prepared, but it's going to be very, very challenging for that kind of hostile environment. That's one of the Penn State Stadium is one of the. If I remember correctly, I think the stadium's called Beaver Stadium. Yeah, Beaver Stadium is a very, very intense place to play. So for that reason, I think Penn State is going to solidify their win against SMU and keep their college football playoff hopes alive. So I got Penn State. Next, we got Texas and Clemson. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think Clemson is not that great. I really just don't think Clemson's that good. I mean, they are a good team. Don't get me wrong, but if I had to look at them against Texas, I mean, I will tell you that the Longhorns have the better team over Clemson. I mean, Texas is, despite losing to the only team that Texas has lost to was against my Georgia Bulldogs twice. For real, Texas is actually a really good team. Clemson, you look at their schedule. I mean, who they lose to? Well, obviously they got blown out by Georgia, which is my team. They lost to Louisville, and then they also lost to South Carolina, which Louisville and South Carolina aren't even in the college football playoff. So And Texas's only losses were to Georgia, which is my team. So, who I think is going to win here? Well, I mean, I think Clemson will keep it close, I will say, but at the end of the day, I think the Longhorns will get it done in Austin. So, I got Texas over Clemson. All right, next we got Ohio State and Tennessee. Now, this I think is going to be a very, very competitive game. I definitely could see this be like a one-score game. So, I will say both of their offenses are really, really good. I would say I think Tennessee got the better defense, but like now Ohio State, I don't know. Ohio State's been very like I don't know, but I think with the Vols coming to Buckeye Stadium, it's like again similar with Penn State. I mean that's a very, very tough like place to play. So I mean, Ohio State fans are gonna be bringing the energy. It's gonna be up in the cold in Ohio. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could see this game being very close. I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I mean, I would pick Tennessee here, but because that they're playing on the road in Columbus against the Buckeyes, I just think Ohio State's gonna just bring it to them. Like they're gonna be like vengeful over losing to Michigan, so I got Ohio State, but I definitely could see Tennessee pull up the upset very easily. But if I had to pick right now, I'm gonna go with Ohio State. Next, we got Georgia and Notre Dame. I think it's now okay. Carson Beck is not starting for us, so we got Gunner. So how is this gonna fare up against Notre Dame? This may sound a little biased, but I think Gunner is actually going to play really well. I think he will get used to the system. He will get used to being the starting quarterback. So, and also Georgia's defense. It's kind of hit or miss, like it's been all season. But you know what? I think playing in the Sugar Bowl against Notre Dame, kind of looking like 1980 all over again, you know. So you know what? And we're much better than Notre Dame. Like compared to Notre Dame, we're a much better team. I think we're gonna win. I definitely think we are gonna win that game, and we advance. Next, I got Texas and Arizona State. Now I'm gonna be real. I definitely think Texas is the better team here. I mean, especially when you got a quarterback room with Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning, and then you look at Arizona State, you're just kind of like, yeah, you know who's the better team. Like personally, I feel like if Texas was still in the Big 12, they probably would have won the Big 12 championship. I mean, you Arizona State fans can go hate on me all you want, but you know what? I think I just think Arizona State really just does not have the playoff experience to pull it off. I mean, you look at Texas, and you know they've been to the college football playoff before, so they're pretty used to that. So then you look at Arizona State, they're brand new. They just like they sucked for like a few seasons, and then they just like came back and got better and won the Big 12 championship. So really, like winning the Big 12 championship for them was like winning the national title in some way, shape, or form. But like, I think Arizona State needs a couple more years to figure out their ways of winning, or they could just be like a one-time team just in the college football playoff, kind of like TCU, where they were in it for like 1 year and then the next they just completely fell off. So I mean, like but now honestly, Arizona State kind of feels like that kind of team. So I'm gonna pick Texas. I just think they're better overall. I mean, Arizona State could possibly pull off the upset, but I just don't see it happening. I think Texas got it. So yeah, I got Texas advancing. Next, we got Oregon and Ohio State. Uh, I think this is going to be a fun matchup, fun little revenge game. But you know what? Oregon has proven that they've been legit this past season. Haven't lost a game. They've been exceptional. Dylan Gabriel's been incredible. I mean, if you look at Oregon compared to Ohio State, Oregon is the much better team, just offensively, and they definitely can hold off Ohio State's offense on defense. So, yeah, Oregon's looked like a completely different team this year. So, and they have the experience in the college football playoff. So, I got the Ducks 100%. I mean, Ohio State could pull it off, but I think Oregon's going to sweep Ohio State. You Buckeye fans can get mad at me all you want for picking the Ducks. But, yeah, I got Oregon. Next, we got Boise State and Penn State. Well, I mean, let's be real. I mean, is Boise State's running back, if I remember his name correctly, Ashton Genty, I think his name was. I might be wrong. But anyway, I will say he's legit the best player on that team for sure. And he could have possibly won the Heisman, but obviously with the Travis Hunter. But now, who do I think is going to win this game? Well, is it going to be the team that has like the really, really, really good running back, and obviously they had a cupcake schedule the whole entire season, or am I going to take a power four team that had a very, very tough schedule and could have easily went undefeated if they had a schedule like Boise State? I'm going to pick Penn State here. I mean, it's pretty reasonable. I mean, I definitely could see Boise State putting up a fight, but I just think with the kind of schedule Boise State had, it's hard for me to see them pull this out. But you never know. I mean, until we watch see what happens. But of course, I got Penn State, and so yeah, I think they have experience playing big name teams like Ohio State, Oregon, and like a couple other teams. So like, I definitely could see Penn State definitely pulling this out. I mean, they're no stranger to playing big teams like Boise State, teams that are actually better than Boise State. So I mean, yeah, I definitely can't see. I mean, Boise State can definitely pull it out, but I think Penn State's gonna win by a solid like margin. All right, next we got Texas and Oregon. Well, this is where the road for Texas ends. I mean, I mean, this is going to be a very, very good game. I mean, Texas and Oregon is going to be a really, really exciting game if we get this matchup. I mean, we got Quinn Ewers and Dylan Gabriel, like two big quarterback prospects fighting off against each other. But you know what? I think this is going to be very, very close, but I think Oregon's going to edge Texas out here. So, I mean, Oregon's been incredible this season, so I'm going to go with Oregon here. I just think Oregon has what it takes to beat Texas and anybody, even Georgia. So, I mean, Oregon's been crazy good. Like they've proven to be taken seriously. So, yeah, I got the Ducks over the Longhorns. Next, we got Georgia and Penn State. Now, like I said, Penn State is used to playing big-name teams. Georgia, on the other hand, is the same way. Now, I'll be honest, it's kind of looking like Georgia's 2024 college football playoff at this point is kind of looking like the 80s all over again. And as you remember from back in the day, Georgia actually lost to Penn State in the national championship, I think in like the 80s, like one time. But do I see history repeating itself here? No, I don't. Now, you just could say I'm being biased, but you know what? I think Georgia is just so talented. Despite losing to Texas, no, despite losing to Alabama and Ole Miss, I definitely think Georgia is definitely a team that definitely has proven that they are still legit and are still college football contenders. I mean, even though this season really did not look like a promising season, I definitely think we have what it takes to beat anyone. So, and especially that we won back-to-back national titles before. We got more experience than Penn State. Penn State, I mean, they're good, but like, I definitely think we are going to be the better team at the end of the day. So, of course, I got Georgia. All right, national championship game, Georgia and Oregon. So it's going to be Kirby Smart versus Dan Lanning, which Dan Lanning was the former Georgia Bulldogs defensive coordinator, who is now the head coach at Oregon. So it comes down to this: dogs and ducks. This is my matchup in the college football playoff. Now, you will keep saying that I'm being biased, that I'm picking my team, of course, because you all go type in the comments saying, "Oh, you're just a Georgia beat writer." But here's the thing: this is my prediction. What I say here may not even be true. So this is just what I think. So I will say Oregon is definitely going to put up a good fight if we play them. They will be prepared. They're going to be looking to finish undefeated. They're going to be looking for a perfect season. So, but I think if you're going up against the best team, or the team that's been the best in college football this decade so far, I think this is where Oregon's going to lose it. And I said it. I think by the end of the game, Georgia is going to prove why they're the best team in college football and why our dynasty is still going to be going for the next several years. And so Georgia will win the third national championship of this decade and of the Kirby Smart era, and will be the 2024-25 national champions. And yeah, that's going to be my predictions for today. So, hope you like this video, subscribe, and yeah, I'll do it.